In today's video, whoa! Gross, are we in the sewers? I'll show you how to easily turn one of your Akedo warrior doubles into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figure that doesn't seem to get the respect he deserves.
Man, Splinter don't get no respect.
Is it because he's a rat? It's because he's a rat? It is, I knew it. It wasn't cheap or easy, but I just got my hands on all 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus packs and the brand new TMNT Battle Arena. We'll be unboxing and battle testing all of this in our next video, so make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. I can't wait to test out Mikey and Bebop, Donnie and Baxter, Raph and Krang, Leo and Rocksteady, Leo and Shredder. Wait, what? They made 2 Leos and left out Splinter?
So it's like that, huh? After all I did for y'all.
I bought these 2016 Viacom Playmates figures a while back, and if you want to make your own Ninja Turtles or Splinter, you can find them on eBay for a pretty reasonable price. Here's the Raph Warrior I made from these parts. The shell and head are the perfect size for Akedo. The foot soldier came out pretty good too. I didn't like the Shredder head, so I 3D printed my own along with the armor. I wasn't even thinking about doing a Splinter until today. Not only is Thunderwind a perfect starting point for Master Splinter, we have a lot of him to spare. Look at this side-by-side comparison. They both have long robes and canes for a weapon. Never underestimate how important it is to choose the right starting figure. It can save yourself a lot of time and work in the long run. The first thing we need to do is take the head off using a small flat screwdriver. The trick is to work your way around, separating the head from the neck using the screwdriver as a prying tool. Once you get enough of the head separated, it'll pop right off. And the most important thing is that we didn't damage the neck. Does it look like this head is too big or too small? I can tell that it's close to the right size, but the fact is, you'll never truly know until you get it on. With that said, meet my trim cutter. Okay, the head's off, but now we need to drill a hole in it. And for that, I'll use my cordless Dremel, a respirator, and eye protection. Splinter's head is pretty soft and flexible, so a smaller hole will ensure a tight, snug fit. And one thing I noticed about an Akedo neck is that it's slightly off center and positioned more to the left of the body. To compensate for this, the hole in the head should also be slightly to the left. In addition to grinding a hole in our new head, I'll also grind off this ledge on the Akedo figure's neck. That's a perfect fit, and it looks really good. But I just noticed something. Splinter doesn't wear shoes, which means we'll either have to do some major grinding or come up with another solution. I think I have an idea. Let's take off this base plate. Again, I'll use a flat screwdriver as a prying tool. Always start with the raised foot because it's the easier of the 2 sides to remove. Keep applying steady pressure, and if you're lucky, it'll gradually come off. I've seen some really stubborn bases that were stuck on so good, there was no way it was coming off without breaking the pegs. We got lucky with this one. Now I can easily cut off the feet. The first part to my plan is to lower Splinter's robes all the way down to the base plate using epoxy clay. Next, I'll carefully cut off the feet from our Playmate Splinter, then attach them to our Akedo Splinter. Last, I'll add some clay to the bottom of the robe to create a flared look. What do you guys think of that? Even though you can only see a few toes poking out the bottom of the robe, I think it was worth it. The epoxy clay is actually dry at this point, so I'm just gonna give it a light sand to smooth out the transition. I like to start with 240 grit, then work my way up to 800 grit, and that will ensure that everything is nice and smooth, as you can see here. Guys, our figure is ready to paint. I'm gonna remove the weapon because I got something special in mind for Splinter. We're gonna make him powerful and get him the respect he deserves.
You would do that for me? I can't believe you would do that.
If you don't have an airbrush, don't worry. I probably painted 90% of my customs without one. An airbrush will reduce the amount of coats you need to achieve coverage, and it definitely speeds up the whole process. But it's not a necessity. After priming the outside of the figure, I'll give the inside a light coat, then I'll let it fully dry before moving to the base coat. I don't have the right color for Splinter's robe, so I'll make my own by adding a drop of black to some red. Okay, that looks good. I'm happy with the way the color turned out, and I thoroughly cleaned my airbrush because the rest of the painting will be done by hand. Because I was able to remove the head, I'll just need to reprime the hands, toes, and base. Then I'll paint Splinter brown, leaving only his eyes and teeth white. I'll paint his base steel and make 2 little black dots for pupils. This is a really easy paint scheme, and you could easily stop here and it would be just fine. But I want to take it a step further. I made a special trip to the craft store and bought this ball of brown fur. I also bought this spice bottle from the dollar store. I'm gonna cut the fur as short as possible, then sprinkle it on with the spice bottle, adhering it with Mod Podge. With Splinter all furred up and looking like a real live rat, that just leaves us with his weapon. It's no secret that Master Splinter carries around a green crystal cane, and concealed in his cane is his sword. But every other fighter in Akedo Warriors has a sword, so I'm gonna be making a green crystal cane. And we just discovered a new technique a couple projects ago for making translucent weapons. You guys remember Spider-Man 2099's axe I made? This weapon is completely untested, but I love the way it looks. And I really like the fact that it's unpainted, which means no red marks on other warriors' faces. I'm not too good with this thing, so right now I'm just trying to get the general shape I'm looking for. Then I'll refine it later with my Versa tool. In order to get the cane to slide through Splinter's hand, I needed to turn it into 2 parts. After sliding the top section in, the bottom part will be attached with the help of a nail that I melted into the plastic. And now I just need to shape this the best I can without melting the whole thing. What do you guys think of my version of Master Splinter? Does he make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up? Or do you want him as a pet? Either way, somebody had to make him, and hopefully, with the help of his cane, he'll show everyone why he's the master. Don't miss our next video where we'll unbox all these new TMNT Akedo Warriors, and I'll also be revealing Master Splinter to Eddie and Clark to get their reaction. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Please feel free to click on one of these videos popping up on your screen, and we will see you in the next video.